All right, welcome to Cage Match. This is where we take two Nicolas Cage movies and just...
Which movie will exit the cage alive? Mandy or 8mm?
Yeah, so think of this as a pilot episode for a possible future Cage Match of all different types of movies.
Well, what's your favorite Nicolas Cage movie?
Well, that's a good... I think... maybe National Treasure?
I'm either Con Air or Raising Arizona man myself, but I guess today we have to do Mandy versus 8mm. And I picked these both. They're both very ultra-violent, both uncomfortable films, both very stylized, so I figured they would be a good matchup for this Monster Madness.
And they both deal with... Nicolas Cage plays a character who is basically avenging the death of a girl.
You want to start with Mandy?
The first thing I think of is this movie has lots of red. It's just like every scene is just doused in red.
Yeah, it reminds you of like a Dario Argento film.
Yeah.
Suspiria. It feels like a throwback to a, late 70s, early 80s, just fever dream mixed with heavy metal covers, or even like animated movies like Heavy Metal and Heavy Metal 2000. And that's just what it looks like.
It takes place in the 80s because everybody fucking loves the 80s so damn much all the time. So the Nicolas Cage character watches his girlfriend brutally killed, burned alive, basically.
After going through like a psychedelical fever dream trip.
Yeah, and there's always that trailing effect in this movie. So he sees her killed right before his eyes by crazy cult members.
Yeah, the children of the New Dawn.
He mourns her burnt corpse, like right in his hand.
Like ashes,
He takes her ashy face, which is it's just a pile of ash in the shape of her face, and then it blows away in the wind, and it's just like, damn, that's rough. And then he's in the bathroom in his underwear and a tiger shirt, chugging vodka and fucking screaming out of his mind.
Yeah, it's a
2-minute shot. It's a 2-minute shot that goes on.
The problem with Mandy, when everyone thinks about this movie, they think about that shot of him screaming and like the long shots.
Oh, they do?
The cool colors, the murders, the fighting sequences. But the movie, unfortunately, has a lot of... I mean, it's not boring because it's stylized. I'm going to get a lot of flack for that, but...
it's a slow build-up.
It's a super slow... Like, even through like, the rest of the movie, it's like,
when they're talking about Jupiter and everything, it's like, or wait, I forget if it's Saturn, whichever.
The thing is, there's a huge build-up, but you never really learn to like the characters that much. You just want the other people to die.
Yeah.
Because I didn't care if Nicolas Cage really lived or died. I just wanted to see those other people die.
Yeah, but once it gets started, though, then it's like...
It keeps going,
Yeah. He forges his own battle axe and flames and shit.
Yeah.
He fucks up the cult members and,
He has to fight the evil demon biker army.
Yeah.
Thanks to Bill Duke from Commando and such fame, giving him like a crossbow and special arrows and all sorts of shit.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And unfortunately, Bill Duke's at the age where to be in a film, he has to kind of sit there and, kind of Bill Murray it. Like,
that's the first scene where the cage comes out, where it's just like, they killed my girlfriend, or whatever he says.
Yeah.
And then...
not when he's wearing a tiger shirt and his underwear screaming.
Yeah, there's that. I mean, which is amazing. You have to show that 2-minute shot. Like, just the part where he's just like, So he's killing the cult members, and one of them spews blood on his face, and he smiles back. After killing a bunch of them, he takes some LSD and cocaine, which just blasts through his mind in a surge of bright colors, and then he kills some more.
Yeah.
He decapitates a flaming body, and then by the end, there's so much blood on his face, you can't even recognize it's Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, he just drives away at the end. It's like, after he finally gets his vengeance.
I mean, this would make Leatherface seem like... This would put Leatherface to shame.
Because in the beginning of the movie, you realize he's a logger, to the point where they're like helicoptering them into the mountain and stuff like that. So he knows how to use a chainsaw. But then the other guy has a longer chainsaw. So then they have to chainsaw fight.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah, but the weapon he made is also really awesome. So he's like a lumberjack, blacksmithing, TV watching, funny guy, I guess.
And he crushes a guy's face with his bare hands, and the eyes pop out like smushed tomatoes.
Yeah, that was the last kill.
Yeah. Oh my God, that is one hell of a kill. So yeah, this movie is like Evil Dead on crack.
Yeah, let's go into...
All right, we're going to go into 8mm now.
We're going to go back 20 years.
And at first I thought, like, what's the connection? And then I was like, okay, they'd like the avenging the girl and everything.
And they're also two of his most, like, I said ultra-violent before, but more pervasive movies.
Yeah. So, yeah, this movie's rough. but it's great. So Nicolas Cage plays a private investigator who's hired to investigate this snuff film. Do we have to explain what a snuff film is?
Sure.
I don't want to.
I'd like to
Okay.
hear you do that.
No, let's not.
Okay. You can look that up.
So-
Well, they explain it in the movie.
On the film, it's this girl getting murdered, basically.
Yeah.
And he's trying to figure out, is the film real? Like, was it?
Yeah, because and it's in this old like rich guy dies, and his wife goes in their private safe
Yeah.
with their like butler lawyer guy, and they find the film, and she wants to know, was my husband like a crazy person? Where did this come from? Is it real?
Spoilers. We'll get into spoilers just so you know, in case
Yeah.
you haven't seen it, if you want to be surprised. But the first scene that really sticks with me is when you see him watching the film, and it's like the way he reacts to it. Like, you just believe that he's
Yeah.
really seeing something like awful.
Mind you, at the time this came out, like, I mean, you look on the internet nowadays and everything's terrible and you can see people dying and there's porn everywhere and it's a mess. But in 99, you didn't see a lot of stuff like this, and there was still this big like underground porn thing, which they get into later in the film. So I feel like this worked better back then, and that's why he's just so like downtrodden. It's kind of like 1979 hardcore with George C. Scott, whose daughter's in porn, and he has to like watch a bunch to find her in it and find the guys who are in it to like track her down in LA. It's very similar to that, except that there's a private investigator looking for the girl who was murdered. So the movies have a lot of correlation.
The big turning point, it's like the thing about that he finds out is that the film was real and the girl was murdered.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel a little bit like it was a letdown because I wanted to see that the girl was okay. Like, I would have rather...
Yeah, but much like in Mandy, if the girl didn't die, he wouldn't go insane.
Yeah.
Because he even calls the girl's mother, and he's like, or talking to
Yeah.
her, and pretty much like, if I had the person in front of me who went after your daughter, would you want me to like go after him?
Yeah.
Because he eventually finds James Gandolfini from The Sopranos is one of the guys and has him trapped in a place, and then he's like, you're not gonna kill me, you're not gonna kill me, and then he calls the mom, and she's like, yeah, do it, and then he goes back in there and just like fucking pistol whips him to death.
Yeah, but
cracks his skull.
But of course, we're just breezing through it. I mean, this is a heavy, heavy scene because he calls the mom, first of all, to like inform her, like, your daughter was killed. And then,
and by the way, I
then-
found the guy.
Yeah, and by the way, the guy's here, and he's like, just give me permission. Give me permission to kill him.
It's kind of like a whodunit movie, but also like it's kind of like watching a movie like Clue or something, but when they find the murderer, they kill them horrifically.
Yeah, because he starts taking it personal, where like now it's not just for him to like, complete the investigation and find out answers. Now it's more about like, he's gonna...
he has to go. He has to like. He's now a part of it. He has to get vengeance.
He's part of it now. He's avenging the girl. Yeah.
Unlike Mandy, he's also joined by good character actors. You got Joaquin Phoenix. You have James Gandolfini. You have Peter Stormare from Armageddon, Russian space station, and then of course you have the Machine.
The Machine is the S&M guy who is
who killed the girl.
Film. Yeah, but he he's the one doing the murdering. But he's masked all the time.
And you think that he's like this crazy psychopath, but it turns out the Machine lives with his mother who goes to church, and he's like lives a normal guy in like New Jersey or whatever.
Well, there's this really creepy shot where it's his yard. It's like the backyard where the Machine lives, and it just pans over, and Nicolas Cage is in the background, standing like behind the fence.
That's a great shot because he looks like he's in the fucking Matrix. Yeah. He looks like Neo from the Matrix.
Yeah, he's got like the
sunglasses.
He has like a trench coat on or something. Yeah, and he's just like there. He's like ready to just...
But he goes up to the Machine's room. He's like the final guy he has to kill. And the Machine's crazy because he's listening to Aphex Twin, and he has Glenn Danzig posters because he's not a man you want to trifle with, with that kind of metal shit going on. And then he fights the Machine outside in a graveyard.
In the rain, yeah.
While he's wearing a mask. So you have the avenging force fighting a man in the mask in a graveyard in the rain, in the dark. I want to point out this is directed by Joel Schumacher, who directed Batman 2 years previously. So basically Nicolas Cage fighting the Machine is like Bane versus Batman.
Yeah, but it's way better. I think this is a tough Cage match.
It's almost like if the 8mm movie like had a sequel, it would be Kick-Ass, because he would turn into Big Daddy, the Batman style guy, if that makes a lot of sense.
Huh.
There's also a sequel, 8mm 2, in 2005. They just renamed another movie that. It's really bad. So I don't know what how do you feel about this Cage match?
It's a close call, but I don't know which one you're gonna go with.
I mean, they got a lot in common. Nicolas Cage is a heavy smoker in both. They're super violent. They're all about making illegal drugs or making porn, and there's heavy metal music that's really good throughout both of them. Oh man, but you know what? I think I might pick 8 mm. I thought it was the better film of the two.
Yeah, it's tough. I think I'll go with Mandy though.
Okay.
So we'll have a tiebreaker. What do you think? Between 8mm and Mandy, I say face off. All right, there you have it.